Hello everybody! We are going to film a video about how to take some measurements. My lovely mother is going to be our mannequin for this. What? It's so much better than calling you a dummy.
That's true.
I chose my words carefully. True. Okay, first thing that you're going to need is a tape measure, because duh. Second thing you're going to need is a belt or a length of rope or something. In this case, I have scrap tool from another project that we're going to use. Basically, I'm going to hand you that. You know where to tie it. But you're going to find the natural waistline. So basically, as my mom's doing, you put your hands on your sides. Wherever you naturally fold over your hand is going to be where your natural waistline is. Go ahead and tie that rope where that natural waistline is, because that's going to be a reference point for you for waist measurements or any other measurements that involve the waist. That way you don't have to find your waist every time that you do it. So, all good?
Set.
Wonderful. Okay, so, first measurement is going to be a head measurement. This could be done for a hat or a wig that you might be wearing for whatever you're measuring for. So just right around the head like so. My hands are kind of in the way, but you can kind of see it. Yeah. Ooh, I'm sorry. Next thing that you would want to do is a neck measurement. So get the hair up out of the way. If you have something around your neck, you might want to remove it just to make sure you have a accurate measurement. But right around the neck, make sure you don't choke them, but make sure you're not giving too much extra space. The next one would be the chest or the bust. So you're going to start with your arms up. You're going to give a big hug. And then you're going to go around the fullest part of the bust or the chest. And then go ahead and put your arms down for me. Sometimes putting the arms down creates a little bit more space. So this, or takes away space depending on how you look at it. So just put the arms down after you've put the tape measure around to make sure you're getting the correct measurement. Next is the waist. So right where the rope has been tied, or the belt or whatever, is right where you're going to measure. Ta-da! Cool. That was easy. Then next is the hips. So I'm going to have you turn sideways for me for a second. So hips on male or female bodies are a little bit different. Basically, you're going to find the fullest part. For females, we have a little bit more of a roundness because of the way our bodies are built. So hip measurement on a female body will look different from a male body. But it's going to be in about the same area of the body. So I'm going to go around similarly to the waist. But again, you're going to find the fullest part just like you did on the bust. So, like so. This is important, especially for women's pant sizes. Okay, and that's how you do that. And then you could turn back to the front again. So the next one, you're actually going to have extra help from you on this one because we're going to do the inseam. So I'm going to hand you this end of the tape, and you are going to put it up in your business where your shorts or your pants would meet, basically. And then the other person, make sure your weight is evenly distributed. The other person is going to come down to the floor, and it'll go all the way down to the floor. Yeah. So that just makes it a little less awkward for you and the person you are measuring. The next one is going to be waist to floor. So again, we'll find that rope, and you're going to do it on the outside in case the hip goes out a little bit. Oops, there we go. So thank you. Same thing, straight down to the floor, like so. Thank you. Oh, alright, my hair is in my mouth. There we go. I know what I wrote. Okay. Next one is going to be an arm measurement. So you're going to kind of like C-3PO your arm a little bit. And you are going to go from about where the shoulder is, the point of the shoulder. You're going to follow the tape down to the elbow, hold it at the elbow, and then go down to the wrist bone. So I'll have you turn sideways and I'll show that again just so that they can see it a little bit better. So find the point of the shoulder, like so, down to the elbow, hold it at the elbow, down to the wrist bone. Guess what? You're the same on both sides.
That's good to know.
Awesome. Another one, really easy, is the wrist. So make sure that there is no watches or bracelets or whatever on your wrist. And then just around the wrist. If you're like me and you have like a little more protrusion on your wrist bone, make sure that you measure there just to make sure it's not too small. I don't quite know how to pronounce this one, but it would be for the whole of a shirt or a sleeve. So you're going to put your arm up in the air for me again. You're going to measure around here. You can actually see it really well on the shirt that my mom is wearing. Like so. This is the measurement that we're taking. But what you do want to do is then once again put the arm down, because that will then take away some of that space. So you want to make sure that you know what you're measuring there. Awesome. Thank you. Next one is the bicep, which is just around the bicep. Okay, I'm gonna have you turn around all the way for the camera for me on this one. You're gonna do across the shoulders. So you're gonna go from kind of about halfway through your arm on the side, across the back of the shoulders to the same point on the other side. Like so. And then go ahead and keep facing back. You're gonna do a neck to front. So I'm gonna move your hair out of the way, or neck to front. Neck to waist, my apologies. So kind of where that little bone protrusion would be on the back of your neck, that's about where you're gonna start. And you're gonna find where that rope was again. So it blends in with the shirt, but it's right there. So you just measure right to the rope. You're gonna do this again. You can face the front. You're gonna do right from that little hollow in the neck down the front, also to the rope. Like so. And then the last one is a thigh measurement. So go ahead and just stick your leg out just a little bit, not too much. But then again, find the fullest, widest part of the thigh. And right around like so. Oh, my body's kind of blocking that. Haha. There we go. Like so. All right. And then sometimes you might need to provide measurements such as your height or a dress size or a pant size or things like that. So make sure that if you shoe size, thank you. So if you're providing measurements to somebody else, make sure that you have that prepared as well. Thanks, guys. And thank you, Mom.